Margarito. Hard right hand by Cotto. Margarito's done some damage. Two of the best in the business, in the prime of their careers. A flurry of punches. This is brilliant stuff. And in the most violent of sports, both have proven among the game's most ferocious practitioners. Miguel Cotto doesn't just beat you, he beats you up. Antonio Margarito comes to hurt you. One is among the sport's leading lights. Left, right, left. Continued assault from the Puerto Rican star. The other yearns for greater recognition.
Margarito wanted to make a statement. How's this for a statement?
Tonight they meet in a hotly anticipated matchup that screams high-action drama. Moments from now, it's Miguel Cotto versus Antonio Margarito, with welterweight supremacy on the line. Is now unquestioned, and the announced retirement of Floyd Mayweather has elevated Cotto's command of the spotlight. Showdown between and Carlos Zarate and the
6'9" Margarito. 2 victories, including
time to clear a crowd to put pressure on the.
That impressed me, being in the opposite.
Margarito has never lost to a couple of times and landed a good left hook. Minute produces more of a box.
Yeah, I think he's fighting not as flashy, but it's
both fighters have just putting space between the punches. Now the left uppercut from Margarito, and he steps in the corner and fires away. Umley fights his way out, switches southpaw, flipping the right hand there. And Cotto counters perfectly. Terrific first 2.5 minutes. Both men boxing. Cotto goes.
Here we see what may have been the cleanest punches of the whole round. Even though a lot of punches were thrown, the right hand and left hand right. Most boxing experts expect.
Margarito only throws 57 punches in a round. That's skill and speed. Margarito's gloves. Hasn't really found the timing to Cotto.
The drama here is also Cotto has been on the canvas and rocked before.
Now Margarito gets the smiles at Cotto as if to say, all right, now we're fighting. Miller says, watch your heads.
Cotto's going, but Margarito is really putting a lot of pressure on him, unlike any he's ever had. And pressure from a taller fighter is different than from a shorter fighter.
And Margarito landed an excellent right hand.
Margarito's walking him.
Cotto's still patiently hunting for the. Margarito is starting to develop the volume, which has typified his career. Cotto. Both fighters have said hello in round 2.
Cotto cannot merely just outbox this man. The man picks most of the punches off.
No, 2 good left hooks upstairs. Margarito drives him back with a right hand. And this indeed of Miguel Cotto. So Margarito's made his mark in terms of drawn blood. And the Mexican fans in the crowd love that. Confrontation.
Here you see Cotto landing beautiful clean shots. He's landing most of the clean, effective punches, fighting off the ropes very effectively. But how
numbers in round 2 were spectacular. Cotto 35 out of 80. Margarito 33 odds. Let's see if Cotto can begin to use his feet, where he can fire away at will. Pattern that begins to repeat throughout the fight. Phone booth again. Cotto lands 2 body shots and a left hook upstairs. Margarito reaching with a left and with 2 hard right hand over the top for Margarito. Cotto in that count keeps coming. Body shot, 2 uppercuts, chopping right hand.
Right now his defense is doing very well. He's catching a lot of punches. Cotto winning. It looks pretty rough going down the stretch.
But it's in a sustained way like this. Margarito chasing Cotto, but Margarito very live. And as the fight busier and busier and increasingly
to check in with our unofficial score.
Miguel Cotto did a nice job around when he won. Got him up against the rope. What he's doing is he's chasing him.
Question if the fight continues like this. Margarito typically on.
Absolutely, that's my biggest one. But can he sustain this pace for 12 rounds? Margarito's putting on him. And Margarito's defense is a lot better than the public is giving credit for.
Miguel Cotto hasn't exactly faced. I think it's fairly audacious, guys, for you to question whether Miguel Cotto can finish.
He's a
He's
big
a
man.
unique pressure fighter.
He's a big man, and it's a different thing, and he punches from different angles.
And just the psychological pressure, Mark,
His punch sometimes.
and having
That's for sure.
That
Cotto
can
has right hand. Margarito is walking through Cotto's best five.
Cotto is winning the fight, but he's going to have to be prepared to go 12 rounds like it.
most who favored Cotto.
And outbox. Cotto is putting on body shots by Antonio. Cotto may regret having stopped in a corner. A hard right hand and a left hook. Round 4. It was
Margarito's pressures, he's throwing a lot of different punches at Cotto. And the thing about it, his punches come from different angles. He doesn't throw the same punch over and over. Beautiful issue. But Cotto is such a sharp, precise.
jabs. Cutting off the ring. A lot of Miguel.
A bit slower, but he punches good with both hands, even though he's a little slower.
Margarito able to find Cotto with the right hand there. Now lands around.
Fighting off of the ropes, and that's not good.
Appears to be getting a little closer with it.
Not too wide can catch you, especially when you get tired.
Cotto lands.
He's definitely.
But he doesn't. Momentarily moves to his right. Cotto dancing with it, trying to cut him off. Opportunities.
Very frustrated. He can do that, he can win the fight. But
The cleaner punches belong to Miguel Cotto. He tends to win the flurries.
and this is what makes us depend on what kind of judge you are. A lot of judges like the guy going forward.
2 hard right hands first. Margarito. Cotto comes back with the left. Eats another right hand.
When Cotto drops his hands, as he did at the end of the last round.
And you heard Leon Capetillo. Margarito. He only threw 105 punches in the last round. Javier Capetillo. Excuse me. By Margarito, and he got away with it.
But here he found at least throwing more punches and landing some with force, even when they don't land cleanly.
Cotto, as long as Cotto can show the judges that if Margarito begins to land more, then applying all the pressure may augur in his favor. And he moves away.
Center wrestling there, one guy is putting all of the pressure on him, and another guy is retreating, as you say, but landing the really clean, effective punches. So this fight could be judged anyway, man. And I feel Cotto's definitely won almost every round virtually. Needs to be moving towards Margarito there.
Cotto showed you his skill right there, shouldering Margarito off and landing a clean right hand, picking his spot there and firing. 1 minute to go in round 6. But most of his career, Miguel Cotto has used his feet to put pressure. It's a classic reversal. And now Margarito throws all the shots as Cotto looks for space.
And again, and that's very discouraging to any fighter.
Hard right hand by Cotto.
I think Cotto's making him pay a price in this round with those body shots.
Cotto blocks most of those, and then
Here you see Margarito putting on a tremendous amount of pressure, but he's paying the price as he's coming in.
4 rounds to 2. Miguel Cotto. Miguel Cotto is punching and ring generalship. Margarito figured the only way to go body shots, and I thought he whacked real well to the body to win that round. I've got it 4-2 Cotto, but Jim Bayless has got to let Margarito fight inside, otherwise Margarito don't have a chance.
Margarito, Emmanuel, as you mentioned, changed the momentum in the last round.
The momentum to me is going to Margarito, even though he made the punches, and he's working that shot I told you about up through the center very effectively now, the left uppercut.
Yep. This is the first that Margarito is fighting on even terms with Cotto.
So even if I would be in Cotto's corner, I would be
Cotto's hurt, guys.
Cotto's badly hurt. No uppercuts. They hammered him. Margarito goes right back to the left-hand uppercuts. Cotto is
he's hurt.
Ricardo, and there is none. He has to fight his way out for breathing room. He gets hit by a hard right hand. Margarito throwing uppercut after uppercut. He might launch 120 punches in the round. Cotto turns south. Miguel Antonio Margarito.
I think we're seeing the effects of that body walking
And now a
down the last
series of
round.
clean punches for him to back away. Cotto blocking most severe pressure as he does so. Switches southpaw again. Unbelievable chin just keeps coming. It's that amazing Margarito beat on Miguel Cotto. Miguel just can't hurt him.
I agree, but never with a big man like that.
A hard right hand by Margarito. And he lands another uppercut. Cotto trying to get a rest.
Tremendous pressure throwing so many punches, and all of them are powerful, particularly the left uppercuts, which I predicted would be his best punch in us. But right now, Cotto's having a problem because all of those, such as the short left hook, it was just a matter of so many punches coming from so many angles. It's a lot of guys almost in every punch.
Antonio Margarito in 32 previous professional fights up.
Cotto has showed his grit before. That's one thing. He's came back and not just this big.
He's facing epic. Antonio Margarito is bringing the frustration to this moment.
That's a good point, man.
Who does?
He's moving in with his little jig. He's just as happy like he enjoys.
He's done a good job of sort of getting the genie back. He's limiting Margarito's stance that he turns to from time to time. It still is Margarito fresh. Cotto lands a combination and a big...
But it's getting closer and closer.
Margarito reaching with the right hand there as Cotto uncharacteristically moved to his right. Miguel dodging. Margarito just throwing and throwing when they get close. This was a round in which Miguel's equilibrium and a mental foothold in the fight. And Cotto 14 out of 30. Patillo saying to Margarito.
Jim, I have Cotto up a couple.
I think that I would maybe have possibly right about the last rounds and the most exciting with the situation.
And even as
Cotto run out the clock.
Even as Cotto does what he just did, which is land a series of unanswered punches, sense that he's shaky.
Margarito fired away with a bunch of punches again.
And the next stop, they should be saying that if he wants to do something soon.
The fact is, Mark lands, but he's backing away. He looks tired. The mental impressions augur in favor of the Mexican star. Again, Cotto switches shots and backs away. Still throwing nearly as many. Now Margarito starts to land again. Cotto ducking and slipping and
shots to the head with both hands.
Just like that. Two good left hooks from Cotto. Apply a welter of punches, but without big effect. Body keep going to the body. Good left hook by Miguel Cotto.
This is very interesting. You see Margarito land.
And then, you know, Antonio Margarito got Miguel Cotto up 86-85.
We've got three veteran Las Vegas judges at ringside tonight with a tough job in front. Mostly favorite. We've got a great be the case.
But you know, when you look at the fact that there has not been
21 out of 45. Margarito 25 out of 80. Cotto landing 30 total and back away.
You're going to get hit in exchange.
Another huge.
the clean, head snapping, going back punches are almost always landed by Cotto. You know, unless you just throw those judges.
Good right-handing and ducking and slipping too, Emmanuel. And you talked about Cotto's defense since he's been under pressure. Coming so far, another round of it to land clean shots.
With their skill, it is Cotto still, to my eye, like hitting a brick wall that continues to close in.
Now Margarito backs away without trying to answer it. Margarito getting the better of him here.
This goes out up until this
Cotto's hurt. Cotto's hurt.
I had
Acknowledging perhaps that he was hurt on that flurry, and he lands a big right hand.
At that point, I had Cotto winning the round, but after that, you know, you see in the round, as I said earlier, I had Cotto winning the round. Even though he's tired and fatigued, he was landing the clean, effective blows. The round goes on. Here comes Margarito with this accumulation of punches, where eventually he started penetrating and landing his shots. Rough round to score.
And the fight is even in Las Vegas.
And when you look at Cotto's face, he looks like the loser. The judges looking at his face and people watching, looking at Cotto's face, he looks like the guy who's taken the beating.
And we know that can be a big factor sometimes, too. It's the face, but the facial expression even for the most part.
11th round of a scheduled 12.
These titanic shots and they
punches, but never has Margarito.
And it's Cotto who's bleeding from the nose and the mouth, and who's been retreating throughout the entire fight. These are big mental impressions for judges.
Those little Margarito short shots on the inside now, Emmanuel.
Oh yeah.
And Cotto goes to a knee. Antonio Margarito has finally gotten his man to bend. Miguel Cotto getting beaten up by a bigger man.
It's over.
He's exhausted, and it's almost over. The punishment has accumulated to the point where Cotto has nothing left.
It's over.
And Evangelista Cotto's going to throw in the towel, and Antonio Margarito has the victory he's been waiting for all.
champion of
And we'll take a look at the round at most effective blows. But by the 11th round, clearly he had made his point, and it was a weird.
And his whole attack was just basically fight with his back to the rope. And it's just a matter of time, especially when the punches are coming in. It's from a tall guy. The punches are coming from over top of you. And you can't tie this guy up that easy either.
I wonder if some of this was Cotto's legs giving out. Judah had given in the 11th round against Miguel Cotto in Madison Square Garden the year before, in a similar epic confrontation in which it was Cotto who stalked and wore down the opponent. But this is a look at how big, how powerful, how rangy Margarito is. Kenny Bayless allowed him to continue in the fight. But seconds later, you will watch as Cotto once again chose to go down to his knees. Sharply with so many brilliant counter shots. Now here's the end as Cotto goes down again of his own. Now watch Evangelista Cotto on the far side, on the apron on the right, as